Alright, some stripes.
Hey, what about this weather?
It's kinda cold out.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as it was last year, I don't think.
Was there more snow last year?
I think there
so.
was more snow, yeah. I definitely think there was more snow last year. Because living off campus, I gotta drive onto campus. I think there's more snow.
I think last year, I remember, around this exact time, I was driving through a storm.
There might have been a storm. Maybe it's some sort of climate change type thing.
How about global warming?
It could be global warming.
What do you think other students think about this?
I don't know. But what exactly is climate change?
Climate is the weather conditions prevailing in a certain area over a long period of time.
Well, since we want to know what other people are thinking, let's go find out.
Let's go find out.
Okay.
Alright.
Woo!
Let's ask this person.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Colin.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. We're just gonna ask you some questions that, we need answered.
Cool, what kind of questions?
What do you think climate is?
Climate, I guess it depends on where you are in the world. Dry, desert, or rainy, rainforest, stuff like that. Just kind of the weather, atmosphere, I guess.
Do you think there's a pattern in climate?
I think there's probably cycles. It could be overly warm, like over 5 years, or cold in the next 5 years, something like that. Not anything really extreme, though.
Do you remember the weather like last year? Like around this time?
It was similar to this year, where it was kind of mild during the fall. Like, we didn't get snow until early December, and sometimes here we get it in November, so it was kind of a good thing, I guess.
Sure.
Any other questions?
About the global warming.
Oh yeah, what do you think about the term global warming?
Global warming, I guess I think it's overused. People associate it with oh, it's 105 degrees this summer or this week, then they think it's global warming, when actually it could just be one of the cycles you were talking about.
Just pattern.
Pattern, like La Nina or El Nino or something like that. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I'm sure that's more what it is than a global climate change.
Alright. Hey,
Right here.
Gina!
Hey. Oh, hi.
Thanks, Colin.
Video.
You're welcome.
Oh, good. Okay. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm really good.
What do you think climate is?
Climate?
Yeah.
What's the other word that most people use besides climate?
Well, there's a difference. You've got weather and you've got climate.
Oh, I think climate would be like the average
Weather conditions.
Yeah, average weather conditions.
A long period of time.
Yeah. Yes,
In a
thank you,
certain-
Bush.
And were you here last year around this time?
Unfortunately, yes.
Do you remember what the weather was like last year?
So cold.
Like, compared to today? Do you know?
Yeah, it was so cold. I couldn't even walk outside without my eyes freezing open.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Do you remember if there was a lot more snow than this?
Oh yeah, bunch more. Yeah, I'd look outside and I would be blind. Oh.
Do you think global warming might be a factor? Or what is your perspective on global warming?
Well, I talked to a few people about global warming, and sure there are a lot of facts on global warming, but I don't really believe it is.
Just a pattern?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm not a scientist, so I don't know really much anything.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
We should ask these guys.
Door's open.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Cooper. Hey, Klinger. How's it going?
Good.
Hey, Cooper. We have some questions to ask you.
Alright, shoot.
Do you know what climate is?
I believe it's the weather for a certain amount of time in a certain place. Something to that
Ding, ding, ding.
effect.
It's true. Do you know? Do you have? What is your perspective, or what do you think about climate patterns
Climate patterns.
and changes?
Well, the other day I was reading an article on Yahoo, and it said that the climate change has changed, like the level temperature of the Earth has changed more over this like certain period of years than it ever has in 150,000 years.
What do you think about global warming?
It's real.
True.
Yeah, I mean, there's more cars on the road now, and then that's been scientifically proven that greenhouse gases do trap in heat.
So people are the effect.
Yeah, people.
Also. Okay.
People.
But
What
we
about
have
you,
somebody who
Clint?
disagrees.
I don't think it exists.
Why?
Because Bill Clinton is a bunch of bullcrap.
First of all, Al Gore made that
Al
movie.
Gore.
Second of all,
What?
Don't mind me, I'm retarded.
classic Republican. Don't even know the right president.
Hey, no.
Then you hear cow. That's a nightmare. That's weird.
Okay. go ahead.
What about last year? Do you remember the weather like last year? Exactly about this time.
It was snowing and it was freezing and I was always cold because I didn't have a winter coat because I forgot at home.
So was it more snow last year?
Yeah, there's a lot more snow here last year than this year.
It wasn't quite colder, though. It was more colder first semester. Second semester.
Okay.
First semester wasn't bad.
All right. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, can we ask you a few questions?
What do you think climate is?
I think the climate is a very general term that has a variety of closely related meanings. Usually climate refers to the average or typical weather conditions observed over a long period of time for an area.
Did you get that off of Google?
No.
Okay.
What do you think
so-
about climate patterns?
Yeah.
Climate patterns? Well, climate patterns are reoccurring characteristics of a climate. They can last for tens of thousands of years or just, a couple of years. I think that they're probably a good thing.
Did you get that off of Google?
Nah.
Okay, so how about this one? What do you think the difference is between the weather around this time last year and this year?
Well, the difference this year is that we don't have snow. Last year we had like a foot of it. I don't know what's up with that, but
Okay.
And what do you think about global warming? Do you think it's happening, or?
You think global warming is a part of this, changing the weather pattern?
oh, I think it is. This sucks. I live in South Dakota. We need snow.
There's a little bit
Alrighty.
of snow out there.
Yeah, little.
Not enough.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Tyler.
Go.
Most people do think that there are climate changes happening and can detect weather patterns. However, most do not believe that global warming is happening, nor do they think that the climate changes are a problem. There are distinct changes in the weather from year to year. It is estimated that within the next century, temperatures will rise between 2 and 10 degrees Fahrenheit. However, we think this is all just weather patterns at their best. Thanks for watching!